Sankok.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for this particular opportunity. And from the onset, let me say that I do support this bill. It is a very important bill. It's only unfortunate that the House is almost empty when we are discussing such important bills. But when we are discussing about our welfare, the food in the kitchen, and other issues, we are full house. When we're talking about mandazi in court, we are full house. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to, first of all, answer Honorable TJ Kajuang, who said that from here to England is now 9,000 kilometers. Yet we are claiming that as Jubilee, there are 9,000 kilometers in this country. Mr. Speaker, sir, you know, it is not excusable, it is not good for anybody to become ignorant. Inside our chest, we have lungs, and our capillaries in our lungs is actually 500 kilometers. So you cannot just come and say that a whole country cannot have a 9,000 kilometers network. And Mr. Speaker, sir, if I may just probably mention a few roads from Narok. Before the Jubilee administration only had 150 kilometers of road. But during the Jubilee administration, the 5 years, we had 90 kilometers of the road from Narok to Masai Mara being tarmacked. We have the road from Narok to Nakuru, 50 kilometers, Olulunga or Mekenyu Road, 30 kilometers, and there is also another road, Olumuruti to Marlal, 120 kilometers, and so on. What I'm just alluding is that these roads and what the majority leader said, it is true. Jubilee administration have constructed 9,000 kilometers of road. You can inquire from the chairman of the transport committee. I know my friend is shaking his head, but this is the truth. Mr. Speaker, sir, as we discuss about the roads bill, let us also remember to include persons with disabilities. Some of them have wheelchairs, and some of these wheelchairs are motorized. They can be used on road. And we had suggested earlier that when we are constructing these roads, let us have lanes, and these lanes should be used by emergency vehicles as well as wheelchairs of persons with disabilities. Let us also have the bus stops being accessible to persons with disabilities. Let's build our ramps, because earlier on, before we used to have roads that are not, and bus stops that are not accessible to persons with disabilities. Mr. Speaker, sir, let us also protect our road reserve, because the problem that we have in this country is the grabbing of road reserves. And not only grabbing by wealthy individuals, but if you go across marketplaces, you will find people selling wares along the roads. If you go to a market called Ewasongoro market, last year alone, last week, we had the loss of one child who was knocked by a vehicle during a market day, because people literally sell their wares along the road. If in case there is a car or a lorry that will lose brakes, then the market of Ewasongoro will be disaster. We'll have more death. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, before the Jubilee administration, as I said, we only had 150 kilometers of road, and actually 30 of them was removed by the government in the pretext of replacing the tarmacking during the time of Raila Amolo Odinga when he was the Minister of Road. I should not mention him because he's in Harare attending a funeral, and we excuse him because he's very good in attending funeral. In fact, we call him a professional mourner from Narok because he attended funerals. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir, and I beg to support the bill.